And just like that, we're back, literally. Yeah, so we are 4 picks in. Our stream was a little choppy. We had to restart, start it over, but we're back. We're gonna pick up on number 5, but just a little a little backtracking, starting over at 1. The reasons we took Chet Holmgren at 1, 7-foot center out of Gonzaga. Little concern about the size, 195 pounds last time he was weighed. He's small. Giannis was small. I'm not too worried about it. He's already a refined rim protector. He can shoot. He can do everything on the offensive side of the ball. He can dribble. He can make plays. He can pass. I think he's got the highest upside, either him or Jaden Ivey, in my opinion, in this draft. And I think if he stays healthy by his third year, we'll see some stats like 21, 22 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 to 4 assists. Second, Paolo Banchero, 6'10", power forward out of Duke. I think this is the safest option for right now. He's not scared of the big moment. He wants to be the guy. And
your mic cut. You got a phone call?
You heard me say? Yeah, my mom.
I'm not sure. I just want to say shout out Jockish Sports for letting us know we were choppy. Tough scene, man, but we figured it out. We adapted and we here. Let's talk about this pick, man. So we talked about 1 through 4. We said Ivy might not be the best fit. Honestly, if we restarted the stream, I probably would have said we got to take Ivy at number 3 just so the Kings could get Jabari Smith at 4. But y'all know that's not how the draft works. At number 5, we're kind of debating between Keegan Murray and AJ Griffin. I'm gonna talk about AJ Griffin a little more. Trevor, could you tweet out the link for the stream again so that the chat can me out a little bit? But yeah, AJ Griffin, I think has the most upside. Not most upside, but he has the most boom or bust potential out of anyone in this draft. Either he's going to be really nice or out of the league pretty quick. And I think that's something that the Pistons should be looking towards because taking Sadiq Bey was a really safe pick. Isaiah Stewart, another really safe player. Cade, obviously number 1, couldn't fuck that up. And I like the fit of AJ Griffin next to Keegan Murray a little better. How we looking, chat? What's your argument for Keegan Murray, or should we roll AJ Griffin here?
Like I was saying earlier, I think they do need somebody. They got Cade, but then after that, who can you count on that team? I mean, Jeremy Grant's there, but to get 20 a night consistently, and I think AJ Green's more like a 3-and-D player. He shot 45% from 3 at Duke, which is excellent. There's really nobody else like that in the draft. But I think Keegan Murray, more of a slasher, a little bit bigger body. I think he's just a better scorer at 3 levels. He does need to work on his shooting, which is AJ Griffin's strong point. But it's going to be weighed that way if these 2 players are being weighed at 5 for the Detroit Pistons. I wish we had like a tiebreaker. We had somebody watching.
Chat or Jockish Sports, help us out, bro. Would you take AJ Griffin? Would you take Keegan Murray? Or are you about to fuck us up and go say Shaedon Sharpe? Because Shaedon Sharpe is someone we haven't really talked about at this pick. But I feel like that's where a lot of people would go with this as well. I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, and I watched Kentucky this year, I never really watched Shaedon Sharpe and was like, oh. But I might be tripping.
Was he the one that didn't play this year?
Did he? Is that it?
I think he's the one that didn't play, the 18-year-old, yeah.
Okay, then maybe I do know ball. Yeah, Shaedon Sharpe could be a pick. If he's a question mark guy, then that could be the spot for him too.
Yeah. I think Keegan Murray, I think there's no way he falls out of the top 6. I think he's the 5th best player in the draft.
Sadly,
I think he's one of the most all-around players in the draft.
Shout out Ginger. My boy Ginge in the comments said, AJ would compliment Cade and Sadiq better. IMO. And honestly, at Barely Sports, Barely Hoops, whatever, we're for the people, man.
We are.
So AJ Griffin goes there.
Let's do it. Yeah, you got to.
You got me thinking I'm calling him AJ Green every time.
I almost say it every time I say his name.
This pick,
last night.
this Pacers pick, it sucks that Keegan Murray's here. I'm here to learn. Okay, then we're gonna teach here.
I feel like Keegan has to go here, no?
He does, just straight talent wise, but I really like Benedict Mathurin with Tyrese Halliburton. But I agree that he kind of has to go here.
Uh-huh.
We'll get dragged. Do we take the drag? No, you want Keegan Murray. I know you do.
I need Keegan Murray.
So we'll put him there. Am I bugging though, chat? Or Ginger, you're a college expert. And from what you know, Jokic, what you know about Benedict Mathurin? Which I don't even think Benedict Mathurin is the best pick. At like he might be a late lottery pick, but I like him next to Halliburton a lot.
In my homework, I had him going in a few picks. I didn't have him this high, but you know he's a great scorer. He's a good combo guard. He put the ball in his hands. He could come off the bench and give you 15. But he's got good size, 6'6". He was the best player on that Arizona team.
And at 7, this would be like where Shaedon Sharpe goes, but I think, for me at least, I don't think Portland would do like Keegan Murray dropping here would be the perfect spot for Portland because I think Portland needs that win now type of guy. They need someone that would impact basketball now. I don't know what to think about this pick.
What do you think about? I had in my mock, I had Shaedon Sharpe going here. I didn't really like putting him here. You know, you're drafting him off potential. They still have Damian Lillard. I could see him eventually pairing with Anthony Simons better than Damian Lillard. But another guy who I initially put on the Indiana Pacers at 6 was Ochai Agbaji. I think that's how you say his name. And he's shooting guard out of Kansas, above average shooter. He's a great perimeter defender. And with a team that isn't, you know, tanking, rebuilding, starting over, they got an all-star. They got a top 5-6 point guard in the league in Dame Lillard at worst. And Agbaji he's 22 years old. He's a senior. He's mature. His game is a lot more refined than a lot of these guys in front of him, just because he's got 2-3 years on him. And I like that.
That pick is a reach, but I also like it.
Yeah, I had him at 6, but the reason being 22 and Indiana middle of the build, comparing him with a Tyrese Halliburton who's probably younger than him, that kind of scared me away from it. So I like that here. What do you think?
Are we reaching, chat? Chat, let me know if we're reaching. I think for me, I would say he's like around 20s picked, but I do really like this fit, like to the point where I would reach because it kind of gives me the vibe of when Dame had like Al-Farouq Aminu, Batum, that kind of wing to have next to him.
Mm-hmm.
It is a heavy reach, but is it worth the reach? I'm gonna let chat think about it as well. Let me throw one of these we got from the Discord. Shout out the Discord. Paco, Discord legend, asked, what would the West look like with everyone healthy?
First of all, Denver's a top 4 seed. Everyone healthy?
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers are in the playoffs. The Clippers are in the playoffs. Is Anthony Davis a healthy Anthony Davis? Yeah. Clippers. I'll tell you, there's a good top crop of teams in the Western Conference. a top 3, 4 seeds. But that 5 to 10, 5 to 11 is good basketball. Teams like Minnesota, New Orleans, San Antonio, one of the Los Angeles teams. I mean, that's 4 to 5 teams right there, and all of them can't make the playoffs. Oklahoma City, they're going to be good next year. Are they going to be able to make the playoffs? The West is crazy next year, and if everybody's healthy in the West next year, you have some really good teams getting out in the ends or just not winning as many games as they could just because of how good the rest of the West is.
I agree. Chad gave me absolutely nothing. We got Ginger saying if Portland wants to blow it up, I think they take Shaden. I agree.
Right. If they want to blow it up, if they want to keep Dame around for 1 or 2 more years, it's a whole different ball.
I say I like Agbaji here.
Okay.
I think he's a good fit type of player. Like I like EJ Liddell here. Koloko, but I know they're gonna try to go after Ayton. I think they're gonna try to pay Ayton, so I don't think they draft a big. I don't think I'm like the only one that would be worth it here is what's his name? Jalen Duren.
Yeah. I got him going in a couple picks.
But I like let me see how I spell his name.
It's Ochai.
Ochai.
And then AGB.
Hey, I got it. Agbaji. Okay. That's what we got for number 7.
I like it a lot. AJ Griffin is not. I'm not that high on AJ Griffin, but it's a personal preference. This is our first mock. I mean, combine hasn't happened yet. Just because I just see him as a 3-and-D player right away. But you know, there's surprises in the draft every year, and if AJ Griffin goes top 5, top 6, I wouldn't be too surprised.
We got bro said, Jockish. Is that in order? If that's in order, that might be in order.
What do you say?
This is his West, if healthy. Lakers, Clippers, Mavericks, Warriors, Suns, Memphis, Portland, Pelicans. I think Pelicans are higher than Portland if they got Zion.
Yeah,
if they got Zion.
I agree because a healthy Portland is what? Just Dame.
And then he said East stays the same. I might disagree on that because Embiid is a regular season player. So like if he and Harden had more games together healthy, then they might be higher up. And then they'd probably just get bounced by Atlanta, per usual.
Not happening. Atlanta's a bad team.
Are they though?
Atlanta had a lottery pick.
I do too. What if Atlanta had like 12? Who would they target? They'd probably target Agbaji. I think a lot of these teams that are trying to win would get Agbaji.
Or Benedict too.
Not in order. Okay, he said not. Okay, let's talk about this number 8 pick, and then we'll go back to Discord for another question. 8th, for me, this is where I like Benedict Mathurin.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Portland doesn't have a guard. He's a good playmaker. He's tall. He's aggressive. He's a perfect pairing next to McCollum because he's tall enough to make up for McCollum being a small shooting guard. Mathurin being 6'7". Let me get his. Benedict Mathurin is 6'6", 210, 20 years old, 17 points per game, 6 rebounds. The Ringer says he has shades of Jamal Crawford, which I don't like. Karis LeVert, I could see like Brooklyn Karis LeVert and Oladipo. I would like that Oladipo LeVert range, and I think that's a great player to put next to McCollum. To be able to play make for Zion, Playoff Ingram. A ginger with a mic says Tari Eason. Tari Eason, that's interesting. Hold up. I actually like that one too. What do you think, Trevor? Who would you put here?
I went between three players here originally. I reached a little bit and I had Jalen Duran, but I took him off kind of quickly and then started bouncing back and forth between Johnny Davis and Benedict Mathurin. I'm fine with either. I took Johnny Davis just because, a little light skinned scorer, a little wing, have him sit and learn under Brandon Ingram, who looks like he's about to start peaking this next year. He's a little undersized, but I think he'll be fine. He's got a lot of intangibles. He's 6'5", and he averaged 20 up at Wisconsin, and that's competitive basketball. But I'm fine with Benedict Mathurin going at 8. That's a great pick as well.
Shout out that Tari Eason pick though, because I think Tari Eason is like Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, class player. But I just think because they got those last year, they could use that guy sort of pick. And I think there's no that guy better than Jalen Duran at number 8.
You mean Benedict Mathurin?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Benny M. Book it, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in with the 8th pick. In the you know what I'm trying to say. Let's keep it pushing.
NBA Beer League mock draft.
Talk about what the Spurs would need.
When you think about the Spurs,
Don't say a player though. Let's just be.
Yeah. You know what they're bringing to the table. I mean, they've got some talented pieces. Love DeJounte Murray. Love Keldon Johnson. It's just a great system with Pop, with all the whole coaching staff there, all the trainers. Everybody gets better, and I think this is the best place to put a raw athlete at a position that they need and develop him, get him into the scoring game style that they're going to eventually need. So who do you think I'm going to put here?
9, 10, or 11, I would say is the Tari Eason pick.
Not for me. Not 9. This might be a little stretch, but I think this player is perfect for Greg Popovich, perfect for the Spurs. Especially what they need right now.
Is it Johnny Davis?
It's not.
Discord's kind of sending me some noties. Dog, I got no clue.
I took Jalen Duran here.
Okay.
Yeah, 6'11" out of Memphis. I think he's a great player for Pop. It's a perfect fit. You got DeJounte up top, Keldon on the wing, and then Duran down low. He's a great raw athlete, just some guy that's just begging to be developed. He's young. He's 6'11". He's a rim protector. He goes up strong. He dunks the ball, finishes lobs. I think this is a perfect player for Pop. Teach him how to play some more basketball instead of just being an athlete. He's already a freak athlete. He already blocks shots. He already dunks. He already runs the floor. Those are intangibles, and Pop loves those things. And I think he's a great fit here. And they do need a big. They need a big to believe in. Like, who do they have right now?
Pirtle.
Jakob Pirtle.
Do they got any other big? Oh, they got Eubanks is a Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think we're really killing this mock draft.
I think so.
Like, I like it because I feel like this isn't how most people's mocks look.
Mm-hmm.
I like Duran here, low key. To me though, I like Mark Williams better as a big. But it's fine if Duran goes here because that means I could get Williams at 12.
That's a little spoiler alert. That's actually where I have Mark Williams. So,
but the thing about that is I don't think I do that because we took Paulo. But we're talking a little ahead right now.
Mm-hmm.
I say I like Duran here. I like Tari Eason here. I'll roll with you though. I feel like I've been making the picks. I'm not. That's no big dog. We're barely. Jalen Duran, bucket. Uh, and I gotta let you make some picks too, or else when you're on Twitter, you're gonna be like, Dort made these picks. Stop.
Yeah, I didn't do it. It was all by TV Dort.
One of the G League guys. I like that. One of like Dyson Daniels. I talked to Richie before this actually because I wanted to know our insider. Richie will also have a mock draft out probably sometime next week, on the Barely Sports website. But so
Shameless
his
plug,
picks aren't our
BaileySports.com.
picks.
What's up?
BarelySports.com. You're right. His picks aren't our picks, but he's gonna have probably a better mock draft than us. At number 10, 10 is like the Wizards would take a G leaguer if we're being honest.
Yeah, this is where I initially had Benedict Mathurin. So I'll let you take this one away. There's a lot of guys I could see fitting in here.
So in your mock, because like Benedict Mathurin went higher, who would you like? Who hasn't got picked?
Oh,
that you had high.
You know who hasn't even got picked? Shaden Sharp. He's definitely top 10. I could see him going here. Shaden Sharp hasn't been picked, and Johnny Davis, and that's it. So those are two guys I have above that I already had picked that haven't been picked yet. Shaden Sharp and Johnny Davis. I don't think they need another wing. They kind of do need another wing. They need a point guard, though.
Huh? I really like Tari Eason here. I just think
Eason's a great pick here too.
He's like a Herb Jones type of dude who will just go in and fill and do whatever they kind of need. And I think they need that mesh. But like, what's their guard play look like other than Beal? Who's their point guard? Am I tripping?
They got KCP. They played Raul Neto a lot this year.
Porzingis.
I mean,
they could use a point guard.
Yeah.
And I might be tripping, but I personally think if Johnny Davis were to get put in the situation where he had to play point guard, I think he'd be a good point guard.
Mm-hmm. It would take them a while, but they're not. I mean, that's not a threatening team. I don't think they expect to make any noise next year.
I like Johnny Davis chat. Trev, thoughts?
I'm cool with Johnny Davis. Do we think Shaden Sharp falls? How far are we going to... Is Shaden Sharp just designed to be a New York Knick?
I don't think the Knicks would take him either.
Not play for 2 years or something?
I think Shaden Sharp, like, out of all the top prospects, Shaden Sharp would be the guy to drop.
Yeah.
Especially coming off the injury. Let's go Johnny Davis with this pick.
Okay.
Twitter gonna hate us though if we don't have Shaden Sharp in the lottery.
Put him in OKC. Put him at 12.
I don't know, dude. We're too good.
He's probably gonna spend some time in the G League, like Anthony Simons. He's 18.
He's a youngin with not a lot of reps. Let's talk about 11. What you think?
11, I put. This is where I had AJ Griffin going to the Knicks. So.
And then who do you have that wasn't picked? Who was the other guy you said?
Shaden Sharp.
Do we like Shaden Sharp or Tari Eason? Is Shaden Sharp like a shooter? Sharpshooter?
He's a scorer. He's a 3-level scorer. It just sucks to see, like you don't play, so like you can't really show it off. But I mean, everybody knows this guy can play. This guy can score. He's gonna spend some time in the G League, which is why I kind of like him in a place like OKC or Cleveland. But it's hard to keep pushing him down spots because teams love him. Would you be against putting him on your team at 12?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him.
The Knicks are going to need a point guard. Especially somebody to make some play, which, I mean, Shaden Sharp is not really a point guard, but he's a man. Where are we gonna put this guy?
You know who is a point guard?
Who?
Dyson Daniels, G League. Reminds from what I've seen from him. I haven't seen too much from him, but he kind of gives me like a Josh Giddey vibe.
We can go
He has a
Dyson
really
Daniels here.
weird game.
Mhm.
So you got a guy who's a playmaker, could play off RJ. We're not even gonna talk about Julius Randle. They need to trade him.
I agree.
Mitch. I like it. I like
Yeah,
Dyson.
you good.
Slide him.
What's up?
Slide Dyson Daniels in here.
Absolutely.
And I get to make this pick. You said.
Yeah, make it a 12. I would put Shaden Sharp here. I don't know why. I just would. OKC's young. They're all about the future. And, I mean, who knows if Trey Man's still going to be that guy in a couple years. And if he's not, if Josh Giddey's not, Lord forbid, what better than to have a 20-year-old guard that's been scoring 20 points a game in the G League? But it's very specific thinking. Let's go to our resident Oklahoma City Thunder expert in-house.
With the 12th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Shaden Sharp. Absolute fall from Shaden Sharp. How did he end up here? Shaden Sharp is too good at basketball to be at this pick,
I
and
agree.
somehow the Thunder falls right into their lap.
This is going to be last year, like when you got Gideon Man getting Bankero and Sharp.
You fell right into my trap, Trevor.
I had him originally. What I have him at 7, 6 or 7. Yeah, I
And you
had
let me-
6 and 7 back and forth. I had Ogbaji and Shaden Sharp. I kept going back and forth between 6 and 7.
And you let me talk him all the way to 12.
Look, weird stuff happens. When we were making the football mock draft, the first 2 receivers, we ranked them, me and Carrie, and I said, all right, the first receiver we had and the second receiver we had, we're going to flip them because shit happens every year. And it happened every year, and we were right. So,
am I right now?
somebody falls every year. This year, it happens to be Shaden Sharp. We got a G Leaguer going before him.
Is Sam Presti gonna talk? Because look, I knew I couldn't talk you out of Keegan Murray.
Absolutely not. Talking him down to 6 was wild enough for me. Like, that man is a Detroit Piston.
AJ Griffin's a better pick, but at 12, you telling me the Thunder walk away with Paulo and Shaden Sharp? Man, what a time to be alive.
I like Sharp at 10.
Nah, but he's at 12. It's
He's
too
at 12.
late.
He's
We
at 12.
booked it. 13. I'll let you take over, man. I can kick up a little bit.
13, I like Mark Williams here, and I like Jeremy Sochan here. 2 bigs, a 7-footer, and 6.9 power. 6.9. 6'9" power forward. You talked about Mark Williams a little bit. As far as Sochan, he's a high motor. He's a great athlete. He runs the floor, which is a perfect fit for a young team. Perfect fit for LaMelo. I'll let you flip the coin. Mark Williams, Jeremy Sochan.
I'm just feeling too good right now.
Yeah, just too good of a. Hey, I got Chet, but Paolo and Shaden Sharp is just as good.
I think Paulo's better than Chet. And we get Shaden Sharp. I just like Chet if we get Ayton. But if I had the number 1 pick and I knew we weren't getting Ayton, give me Paulo, man.
Jabari Smith.
Give me Paulo. Paulo is so good. And we get Shaden to come off the bench and be a spark plug question mark type of dude next to Trey Mann. Come on, fam. So you could call this pick. I'll help you out with 14. What big do you like better?
I like Mark Williams better.
I agree with you. I'm glad. I'm glad. Book it. I forgot we got Discord questions. Let me bring one of those up before we make our last pick. I believe it was Ginger. Ginger asked, "What's a player?" What was the question? It was like, "Who's gonna be the sneaky All Star next year? Who's gonna be the guy that no one thought would be an All Star and pops out next year?"
Do you have a guy in mind?
I think Shea will be an All Star, but I think it's like due for Shea, right?
Yeah, like more you're looking for more of like a surprise all star.
Like Cole Anthony would be a good one. You gotta
Just
call. Oh wait, never mind.
even Bane maybe.
Bane. I thought of Bane. I like Bane.
What's up? Oh,
I thought you got a phone call, but you didn't.
I'm saying maybe. Oh, CJ McCollum maybe. You like that?
Who'd you say? Mike's bugging, bro. Talk to me, Trevor.
No.
Yeah, I can hear you.
CJ McCollum, we good? We good? All right. I said CJ McCollum. What about no? Or CJ McCollum, Anthony Edwards, Miles Bridges are three guys. I think.
CJ McCollum's a good. I think you said TJ McConnell. I was like, what?
Philadelphia 76ers legend, by the way.
Straight. What about I'm trying to think of like a sleeper. If Brunson signed somewhere else.
Oh, I could see that. What about Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole's interesting. If the Warriors are like the 1 seed next year, Jordan Poole would be.
Tyrese Maxey.
I don't know. That's tough. Next to Harden.
City Thunder center DeAndre Ayton.
I like it. I would be surprised if Rudy Gobert is an All Star next year.
I will, especially in Dallas.
We didn't talk about Gobert once on the pod today.
We didn't. We forgot that guy existed.
Great day. Let me get one more Discord question and then we'll make this last pick. Leave you guys on edge a little bit. We're gonna edge you guys a little bit. I like this one. You think Westbrook will be on the Lakers next year? If not, where is he going? And I think we both. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but Westbrook's going to be on the Lakers next year, right?
Probably. I could see him going to Houston, maybe.
That's what I was going to ask. So let's say hypothetically,
Indiana, Charlotte, but I mean, none of that is a better possibility than LA, in my opinion.
Let's say hypothetically he's not a Laker next year. What's the Westbrook trade look like to move him?
I think you're gonna get a veteran that scores teens, mid-teens, definitely not 18, 19, 20 points a game, and then a pick or two. Might get a first-round pick, and what's up?
Give me a name. We're too good at podcasting, bro. Come on, let's get.
What team?
What's like realistic? Like Hornets, I feel like would have that. I don't think the Rockets have. The Hornets. Have that.
They got Terry Rozier, a 2024 first-round pick, a 2024 second-round pick. Probably a little more than that, though. They need a sooner. I'd say like 2023 first, 2024 first. Terry Rozier. Might even have to get another player in that off the bench.
The package I feel like I hear a lot from them is T-Row, PJ Washington, and a first.
PJ Washington's not bad. I kind of like that.
I do too. That would be my guess. Is there like a sleeper team though? I don't like when like our answer is like what everyone else says.
I don't
If
want the
we,
ball to be taken out of Lamelo's hands, though.
I don't either. Like,
I don't
OKC,
know. I'd have to think about that. Like, where would Russ fit?
New Orleans, Clippers.
Imagine him and Reggie again.
I would say like get rid of Reggie.
Uh,
That would have been the player. Like get rid of Reggie and um. Look at the Clippers roster. Reggie.
Russ would be a villain. Not really. Lakers fans hated Russ this whole year.
But like, what about like you keep Reggie, but you get rid of like Norm. Norm on the Lakers would be fire.
Yeah.
All right,
Same
and
with Toronto.
that concludes Discord questions. Those are in our link tree and our Twitter. If anyone's in chat wants it, just put something in the chat, and I'll slide the link in there too. Let's finish off this 14th pick. We've had a long time to think about it. If you, what's the pick looking like?
I like Deuce Mangiang out of France, 6'9", small forward. He's got a pretty complete offensive game. He's still kind of raw, but I mean, they do kind of need some wings. Pause.
It's kind of
Isaac Okoro, Steady Osman. That doesn't move me.
This is Richie said he might slide in the lottery. Usman Dang.
Yeah.
I like yo, this dude's comparisons are wild.
Who?
Usman Dang, they said is Brandon Ingram, prime Chandler Parsons. Did Chandler Parsons really? He had one good game. And Evan Turner.
Dude, Evan Turner was such a blue ball, dude.
He was good in two. I like Tari Eason here. It could be like the Akaro understudy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. Blake Wesley also is notable. EJ Liddell, I just don't see a fit for him in the lottery, but I do think he's a lottery talent. I think that would be it for players I'd say are lottery players. Yeah, we'll definitely do this more often live. Let me slide in this pick right here. You're cool with Tari Eason, right? You don't want to talk me out of it?
No, I like that.
Okay.
He's lottery material.
Lottery. I'll send you this graphic to get it on Twitter.
Bet. Yeah.
See what the
Anybody watching with a Twitter account, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Beerly Hoops. At Beerly Sports is the whole sports network. We got a football show, a hockey show, and coming soon a baseball show. Make sure to give us all a follow on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, the internet at beerlysports.com. And there's something else I'm supposed to plug. Discord. Join our Discord community. That's all always on our